Now, on 105.9 FM and streaming worldwide on the WMAL app, O'Connor and Company.
It's 8:07, and we're in our fourth hour here of O'Connor and Company. If you missed the first 3 hours, you missed a really good conversation with Cal Thomas and Kevin Roberts of Heritage. Subscribe to the podcast, will you? It's O'Connor and Company, and it's on all the platforms you like your podcast, so you never miss a show. My name is Larry O'Connor, and joining me this morning is my effervescent co-host. She is the most extraordinary woman I have ever met in my entire life.
Oh, my God. Would you stop? I always feel like effervescent is code for annoying, by the way. Is it?
Yeah, that too. She's Julie Gunlock, the thorn in every liberal woman's side in Alexandria, Virginia. And that's why we love her. Joining us right, you know, if you don't watch yourself, the Democrats are going to gerrymander your district and make it solid Democrat, Julie.
Oh, right. Oh, that's a big change.
Well, it might not be news for Northern Virginia residents to hear that Democrats are unhinged in trying to doctor the congressional districts to make Virginia deceptively and overwhelmingly represented by Democrats. But for people outside of this area, it is an absolute outrage. Joining me to discuss it is the leader of the Republicans in the House of Delegates, Terry Kilgore. Delegate Kilgore, thanks for joining us today.
Hey, thank you. Good morning, Larry and Julie. Great to be with you.
You know, I think the first question most of us are asking as Republicans is, why didn't you all do this? Apparently, this is a standard deal. I mean, you have the votes. You could have done exactly what the Democrats are doing right now for years, but you didn't.
We didn't do that because, you know, there's also a state law that, you know, when you draw lines that you shouldn't take one political party out versus the other. There's still that state law there. And, you know, if you look across Virginia, Republicans, while we, some people say we're a blue state, purple state, we still got about, in elections, normally 48% of the vote in a statewide election. So you're trying to take all that, and the only district that would be left for a Republican is down where I live in the far southwest, and the only reason they can't get that, they can't find enough blue down there.
Right.
Or there's not any blue down there, so that's the only reason they can't get that one. You know?
By the way, if members of the military are focusing on this, they really should, because this is going to flip all the Hampton Roads and Virginia Beach and Norfolk districts to Democrat. You've got Rob Whitman down there. You've got very powerful congressional Republicans who have represented those districts for quite some time, and they have great influence on military spending and making sure. You want to bring in a Democrat rookie who doesn't have those relationships, who doesn't work with armed services, work with the Pentagon. This is a nightmare, and Democrats don't care. They just want power. No. My big question for you, though, Delegate Kilgore, is it's obviously unconstitutional. Jason Miyares, the Attorney General, has put out his legal opinion on it yesterday. They cannot do anything close to what they're doing here without huge amounts of on-ramp notice to the voters prior to the election. And, of course, early voting started in September. So how are the Democrats even – they know that. They know that. So how are they trying to even get away with this? What do they tell you when you challenge them?
Oh, they say, well, that's not the law. You know, the 1971 Constitution overrode 30-13, which is the notice provision, but it didn't. You know, it's been added to a couple times since then, or amended since then. So, you know, they've got a lot of fatal arguments on their side. And, you know, no matter what they do here, some court somewhere is going to overturn this and stop this unlawful gerrymandering. You know, 66% of Virginians voted for nonpartisan redistricting. I mean, where can you get 66 of Virginians to agree on anything?
That's right.
I mean, just think about that. Think about that. It's pretty, you know. So we feel strong from a legal side. That and you know, Jason, Attorney General Miyares came out yesterday, gave a strong opinion that you're taking out the public notice that's in Virginia Code Section 30-13, where the clerks have to and are required to publish any proposed constitutional amendment 90 days before the vote. And also, The election's already started. The Democrats pushed for 45 days early voting. Well, that started back in mid-September, and a million folks have already cast their votes. Yeah. And do you not think that might have changed? If it had changed 4 or 5% of the votes, whoever, that could really help somebody in their political race, because they're going, folks would say, hey, we don't like that. You're talking about Virginia Beach, Hampton Roads area. If those folks in there think they're losing their congressman or Congresswoman Jen Kiggans, who is out there fighting for them every day, don't you think that could have changed some votes down there?
Well, I don't know why they even consider those votes. Maybe they should throw all of those out. This is a cynical political stunt, Mr. Kilgore, and I hope the Republicans in Virginia drive this home, just how corrupt the Democrats are in Virginia to do this right before the election. It shows a level of desperation. Don't you agree?
Oh, I agree. And, they spent Monday trying to keep us from talking. Today, we're going to try to talk. We're going to try to fight. We're going to fight everything that's they're putting up here. They're putting it in committee this afternoon. Our folks are ready to fight in committee. We're ready to fight on the floor. I mean, this is just a power grab. I think Hakeem Jeffries has called them and said, hey, you got to get me 5 or 6 seats, 4 or 5 seats in Virginia, and this is what they're doing.
There's also the matter of the $300,000 of campaign contributions from Eric Holder and Barack Obama's Political Action Committee, who have gone state to state and compelled Democrats who have control of the legislature to do just this. On October 23rd, $150,000 to the Spanberger campaign and $150,000 to the state Democrat Party. And then suddenly, boom, they are on board with this. So it's really this outside influence that's controlling the legislative process in Richmond. It's transparently corrupt.
Oh, absolutely. And, the funny thing about it is Abigail Spanberger, she can't answer a question, we've got her back a few years back when this constitutional amendment was up. This is the correct way to go on Virginia. We do not need partisan gerrymandering, et cetera, et cetera. That was her statement then, but that's not her statement today.
Yeah. So how does this end? What is today going to look like? When does this session, when is it over? And is this, it is keeping Winsome Sears from campaigning as well, isn't it?
Oh, well, it is keeping Winsome Sears, and that's another reason they're doing it. She's surging in the poll. They don't want to talk about the J. Jones text messages. Right. So here we are in Richmond. Fighting this battle. The House will vote on it today. I'm sure they're going to try to ram it through today. The Senate would not be able to vote on it until Friday. So that's when it ends, on Friday. But, I'm a firm believer that there are courts out there that will see that this is wrong, will see that the law is not being followed in Virginia, and will ultimately enjoin the Democrats, or put an injunction against the Democrats to keep them from drawing these unconstitutional lines.
Yeah, but they just don't care. It's brazenly political and corrupt. It's amazing. Right. By the way, a great observer, I saw you reposted this on X. If the election day really is this Tuesday coming up, and they're following that guideline in terms of the law for doing this, then we should just be able to throw out all the early voting votes that have been cast starting mid-September, right? Just junk them all.
Yeah, right. And say, hey, y'all, everybody, these are all out. Everybody has to re-vote again.
There you go.
If you follow it to the extreme, that's it. Yeah, come on back.
All right, Terry Kilgore. Thanks for trying to keep some sanity down there. I don't envy you. Richmond is a...
Hey, good luck up there where you all are.
That's true. I was about to say how crazy it is in Richmond, but we're in D.C., for God's sake. All right, thanks. Right. Delegate Kilgore.
Yeah, we're trying to keep it real. We're trying to keep it real down here.
That is the cheerful voice of a Virginian who lives as far away from the Beltway as you possibly can.
I know. God.
Exactly.
He can drive to Tennessee and buy whatever he wants, tax-free. All right, thanks, Delegate.
6 miles away. Thank you.
It is 8:16.
WMAL, making sense of the news. Live from the Home Paramount Pest Control Studios. Home Paramount, the leader in pest control since 1939.
Your next $1,000 could be one text away. It's 5K a day on WMAL.
I read the funniest article I've ever read yesterday, and it's not satire, it's not the Bee, it's not the Onion, it's not any of that stuff. It's meant to be deadly serious. It's in the Washingtonian, the local rag here.
Oh, dear, yeah.
In D.C., the headline, some D.C. residents are actually leaving the country. We talked to people who were fleeing Trump's D.C. They're fleeing, which, again, on the face of it is hilarious.
Yes, it is.
But then people, friends were pulling out excerpts from this, which makes it even funnier. Emily Jasinski found this little passage here. Her family's history both inspired and enabled her to exit from the United States. People who are descended from Austrian victims of Nazi persecution are eligible for Austrian citizenship. The decision to leave America was significant. Her husband can't easily obtain foreign citizenship, so he's still living in the couple's Tacoma Park home. Of course, it's Tacoma Park.
Of course.
She has no regrets.
What? Is it hard to get to be able to stay indefinitely in another country, Larry?
That's right.
What?
She is fleeing Trump's America. Trump's authoritarian, totalitarian, ICE is, the Gestapo kind of regime, to go to Austria, which, to be fair, great desserts, fabulous music, loved Mozart, but they have their own bad history with Gestapo, like the actual Gestapo.
Oh, yes.
Like the actual fascism there in Austria.
Yeah. And her husband just can't come. Why?
And number two, yes, I don't know if you caught that. Yeah. Her husband can't easily obtain foreign citizenship. So she's fleeing to a country that actually restricts people coming in from foreign nations.
Honestly, how much do you want to bet that husband is like, yes, honey, please go. I can't. I can't make it. You know what? I'm not allowed to go. He is thrilled. It's like Jennifer Welch's husband or ex.
There is a man in Tacoma Park right now living his best life.
Happy. Happy.
Who has to take like Visine and drip tears into his eyes when the Zoom call or FaceTime happens.
How many men have torn this Washingtonian article out and put it on their wife's pillow?
Right.
Maybe you should consider, honey.
Hey, honey, I'm just saying.
Del Rey. This article is all over.
You can still get Jen Psaki's show from there. Don't worry. You'll be fine. There's more about this woman, by the way.
Take the cats.
Who is take the cats for the public health expert. She's a public health expert.
Of course she is.
The gutting of U.S. aid was the breaking point. Quote, the first Trump administration was bad enough, and I knew the second time around would be even worse. I love my community, my neighbors, my friends, but I was filled with terror before I left because they ended U.S. aid funding.
Right. I mean, the streets are literally safer in Washington right now. Okay. People are walking around at night, going to La Dip. Okay. They're so happy. Metro, people aren't being set on fire. Okay. It's kind of safer, and they're going to flee to Europe. Fine. Go.
Yeah. She's basically going on vacation to Vienna. Okay. Can we just call it what it is? Meanwhile, there's another one featured here, a Cuban American who is fleeing. She doesn't feel safe here, okay? So she's going to...
Does she go to Cuba?
Mexico, where the murder rate is like up by 100 times over the last 3 years. The drug cartels... Oh, but we have a corrupt federal government here in D.C. She's going to Mexico!
But it's gonna be like a Mamdani, compound. She's gonna live in one of these gated communities where the regular Mexican people don't live.
Oh,
right. Yeah.
It's wonderful. It's absolutely brilliant. 8:22.
Coming up, we'll give you an update on the shutdown. And Senator Schumer seems to think it's going to drag on even longer. Keep it here. It's 8:30.
WMAL-FM, Woodbridge, Washington, a Cumulus media station. Making sense of the news. News Talk 105.9. WMAL. News now. Now on 105.9 FM and streaming worldwide on the WMAL app. O'Connor and Company.
It's 8:37, O'Connor and Company. Coming up in 30 minutes, we're going to hand it off to Chris Plant because he hosts the Chris Plant Show every day at 9 a.m. But our 5 to 9 a.m. program continues unabated. It's Larry O'Connor with Julie Gunlock. Morning, Julie.
Good morning.
We've got an update on the Schumer shutdown here. Senator Schumer, who is engineering the effort by Democrats to keep the government from being funded, thus resulting in the shutdown, said yesterday that he thinks this could stretch into November. Well, golly gee, pal, today's the 29th of October. There's only 2 more working days after today, and you're probably not going to be able to assemble everybody in time to vote and sign, considering the fact that the president is overseas. That's a heck of an observation there, Chuck. Nothing gets past this brainiac. Yes, obviously it's stretching into November. The question is, how far into November will it stretch? Something interesting has happened with the talking points here.
Yeah.
With the Democrats, in that they seem brazenly confident in embracing this whole idea that people's suffering is their leverage.
Yeah.
We saw the minority whip last week out of Massachusetts say this in an interview. Yeah, it's going to be rough, but, that's our only leverage. Here's Chris Coons, Democrat from Delaware.
Republicans control the House, the Senate, and the White House. Frankly, this is our only moment of leverage. And although a very unpleasant tool to use.
There you go. It's our only moment of
unpleasant tool.
Leverage. It's unpleasant, but it's a tool. And so screw you people. White House, Senator Whitehouse, also a Democrat from Delaware, was tracked down by a journalist, Nicholas Balassi, in the corridors of Congress, and asked the same thing.
Why are working families the leverage the Democrats need to get Obamacare fixed, to get the Republicans to fix Obamacare? Why is that the place you guys have to go that far?
It's the only lever we have. And frankly, it wouldn't be a lever at all if Republicans were being reasonable.
It's the only lever we have, and it's Republicans who aren't being reasonable. They're literally letting people suffer.
Tool.
Yeah. It's a lever.
Wow.
It's a tool. It's scary, actually. Can I just, in terms of the only appropriate analysis right now that actually resonates, Britt Hume yesterday was brilliant as usual. I like going to the sage old political observers who have been through decades of this and has seen how the media covers these things and sort of sees through the sort of bogus. And listen, last time there was a government shutdown that was engineered by Republicans, I said, first of all, this is a man-made crisis. I recognize that it's politics, but at the same time, at the end of the day, it's regular people who are going to have to feel the pain because of this, and ultimately, that's not good politically for the party who is engineering this. Here's Brett Hume summarizing it all yesterday. It's so good.
Do you see something different today with the Democrats and the unions kind of weighing in?
I do, Brett. I think we're getting near to the end of this, not least because of the American Federation of Government Employees, as it was mentioned by Chad in his report, but also because the situation with air traffic control could become serious soon. And when flights start getting delayed and canceled and so on, the pressure to end this is going to be pretty great. And it seems to me the Republicans have a pretty good case here. I mean, as far back as I can remember, and I've covered a lot of these, the gold standard for ending a shutdown has been a clean a continuing resolution. That is to say, with no new policy initiatives or policy changes in it, just continue funding at current levels. That is what the Republicans have passed in the House. That is what they sent to the Senate, and that is what Senate Democrats have blocked using the filibuster. So I think it's an untenable position politically over time, and I think we'll see that come to pass before too long now.
I think he's right, and he's right about the gold standard being the clean CR. That's literally.
I think what Larry was going to finish up there, that is the gold standard. And I think we also have what's remarkable is not even Jake Tapper was fooled by any of this. Are we have Larry back? I don't think I can hear him. Okay. If we can play that Jake Tapper clip, he was interviewing a Democrat on this, and he wasn't even fooled by her talking points. Can you play that?
Should the Democratic senators from New Mexico, your home state, vote to open the government so that these SNAP funds are not at risk?
Let me be clear. The administration is choosing to starve American children with money that they already have appropriated.
I'm not applauding their tactics.
By the White House.
Well,
this is a choice by the White House.
This is also, Congresswoman, this is also a choice by Senate Democrats to not vote to open the government. Yes, it is.
Yeah, he wasn't fooled. I mean, when you've lost Jake Tapper, yeah, you've lost the American public. Look, this is going to continue on. Schumer is determined, but I think Britt Hume had a good point. People are tired of this. A clean CR is the way forward, and that's what the Republicans are offering, and that is what the Democrats continue to reject. It is 8:43.
WMAL's Vince Colonnese, weekdays at noon on 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
Well, this is the beginning of a horror movie that we're going to call Critter News this morning, Julie Gunlock. A truck overturned in Mississippi. It was carrying monkeys that apparently were infected with hepatitis C and herpes and COVID. And to top things off, the monkeys, the aforementioned monkeys who are infected with hepatitis C, herpes, and COVID, they're described as aggressive, which, by the way, I'd be pretty aggressive too.
Yeah.
If I was...
Yeah. Someone was poking me and filling me with all these diseases.
So
they did that. I forgot that.
Hepatitis C, herpes, and COVID. It sounds like the Petri dish that may have been sitting on the bedside of Amber Heard and Johnny Depp during their happier marital escapades. Apparently, these monkeys were loose for a little while. They had escaped. All but one of the monkeys escaped.
There's one still out there. And if you've seen the movie Outbreak, you know it only takes one. It's one monkey, and he destroys the community, and they almost have to nuke it off the planet. So, look, I have seen this movie. It doesn't have a good ending, and I'll be moving to Austria.
Is it me, or whenever you're driving down the expressway and you see a truck and they always have all the labels on the side about the hazardous materials and this and that, and it's flammable and it's, corrosive and all that stuff. Shouldn't there be a sign for the trucks that are carrying the aggressive monkeys with hepatitis C, herpes, and COVID?
I would, yes. But I would also like to talk about priority setting on the globe, in the country, like priority setting. Why did we go to the moon and we didn't figure out a better way to transport things like this? Why is it in a truck on the road?
Here's how Jasper County Sheriff's Department announced this. On October 28th, 25, a wreck occurred on I-59 near mile marker 117. This was a truck carrying rhesus monkeys from Tulane University. The monkeys are approximately 40 pounds. They're aggressive to humans. They require PPE to handle. Of course they're aggressive to humans. It's humans who gave them herpes, for God's sake. The monkeys carry... There's a joke about the 80s in there, but I'm going to leave it.
Keep going.
The monkeys carry hepatitis C, herpes, and COVID. Tulane University has been notified and will send a team to pick up the monkeys tomorrow, the ones that are still caged. Yeah, tomorrow. Don't worry. We'll get there tomorrow. All right, so now we've got an update. Apparently the local sheriffs were wrong. The monkeys didn't have infectious diseases, but they're still looking for one monkey. There's one monkey out there, but don't worry. He doesn't have herpes.
I don't believe him.
Of course.
Don't
Everything's
believe 'em.
fine.
Oh, sure. They didn't have herpes, and they're not aggressive. They're nice. They're like stuffed animals.
I never thought I would see a primate with more communicable infectious diseases than Hunter Biden, but apparently we found him. What if these monkeys? I want to see what's on the monkey's laptop. That's what I want to see. Non-human primates at the Tulane. I love how they're referred to as non-human primates.
Yeah. That's like
at the
DEI
Tulane
right there.
National Biomedical Research Center provided to other research organizations to advance scientific discovery. Something tells me this whole thing is an experiment. Mm-hmm. That's what this is. These eggheads at Tulane said,
"Here's what we're going to do." Has Fauci been spotted?
Exactly. No, Fauci
He's
does
all
this
over
with.
this.
No, it's lovable beagles that he does this
that's
with.
Right.
Yeah,
Puppies.
no, not
That's
the
right.
monkeys. So someone at Tulane said, "All right, here's the experiment. We put all the monkeys into a truck. We then flip the truck over in Mississippi, and we erroneously tell everyone that they're struck with diseases, and then see how people react. See, we're the lab experiment. We're the lab monkeys in all of this."
Oh dear!
It's the
Chemtrails.
It's the only explanation. We'll be right back with more Candace Owens observations. But first, it turns out they're not infectious. So if you're down in Mississippi and you come across a stray 40-pound rhesus monkey who's very aggressive to humans, nothing to worry about.
Everything's fine.
Everything, just throw a beach towel on it, wrap it up,
That's right.
and call the local authorities. It's 8:52.